All right. I'm going to call this meeting to order on October 9th, 2025. This was our regular meeting tonight for the Planning Board. We have a handful of items that are on our agenda tonight, which we'll approve in a minute. Our past two meetings, since we did have a recess meeting, along with our regular meeting, we'll need to approve those minutes. And then we have the variance requests in our quasi-judicial hearing. And then we have a couple of other minor items about a upcoming recessed meeting and a few other things that we'll handle at the end. If I could get I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion, approve the agenda.
A motion, second? Got a second? All those in favor say aye. All right, the agenda is approved. Nick had sent over the minutes from our September 4th and September 18th meetings. And if you need to review, feel free. Otherwise, I'll accept a motion to approve. I'm going to ask for a motion to approve both minutes unless you see something that needs to be adjusted.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes, both minutes.
We've got a motion to approve both minutes. Got a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise? None? All right, the minutes have been approved. So we'll go right into this. Our primary item tonight is a quasi-judicial hearing for a variance number VAR 25-0004 by Mr. Walter Crawford Jr. We will turn it over to Nick, and the one thing when you all come up, we'll swear you in, and you'll need to state your name, your address, and I believe that's it.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so we'll jump right into it. Maybe. Oh, my battery's dead. Apologies. Okay. Batteries must be weak, so I'll stand up here tonight. So just as a reminder, it is a quasi-judicial, so there are certain findings that have to be established before a variance could be granted. As always, the applicant will present evidence in support of these findings, and if you feel that there are any conditions that need to be imposed to protect the area, you can do so. And then for this particular one, we'll need a 4/5 majority. We do have an unexcused absence tonight, so it will take a vote of all 6 of you to approve the variance.
excuse me.
Just as a reminder, the variance does run with the land in perpetuity. Okay, so jumping into it, it's a variance, and as always, variances are heard and decided by the planning board. Any person withstanding, wishing to speak will be heard. Persons without standing will be heard at the pleasure of the board, and we will follow quasi-judicial proceedings. So jumping into the actual meat of the case, this is a variance request for PIN number 6389-0051-9196. It's 239 Haven Road, and they were requesting a variance related to the dimensional requirements, specifically the setbacks. So the applicants in their submission has proffered that they do face unique and unnecessary hardships resulting from a 6-inch overage for their side setback. And I have pictures to show it. It's not even the full structure. It's literally the corner is just slightly 6 inches over. In addition to that, there are some, it's a very sandy site with some slopage. So between that and a subcontractor error, it just wound up being where it was. The applicants were completely honest. As soon as they were aware of the situation, which they became aware of through a survey plat for a foundation plat submitted to the bank, they reached out to my office immediately to figure out how to resolve this situation. And so they've been upfront and honest. It was an honest mistake. 6 inches is all it was at. So they're just asking to just go ahead and have instead of a 15-foot setback on the side yard, a 13-foot side setback. That way, in case in the future, if they need to make any modifications, they've got a little wiggle room. So the blue is the property in question. It's a smaller parcel, and you can see that it's quite sandy conditions. But just to give you an overview, now that property line is approximate, but you can see that, you know, the house is well underway, and it is just that rear back right corner that is literally 6 inches over the side setback of 15 feet.
And just to make sure we're all, this is the same family's land all around it, family members around
It
it.
is heirs land surrounding the whole property. That is the only abutting property owner is heirs property. I'll let the applicant speak to it a little more, but there's numerous heirs involved, and they felt that, you know, this would maybe a quicker and easier solution than trying to track down heirs throughout the country. Especially, you know, you can see the house is well underway. So a variance was a more expedited process. This is just another view of that issue. Again, it is just that back right corner, and this image is the front left. And as you can see, there's nothing but agricultural lands surrounding it. So there's no other structures remotely in the vicinity that would be impacted by this slight overage. This is, it shows probably better in your packet and in the packet of materials, but this is the survey plat that was submitted by Dixie Land Surveying, which identified the 6-inch overage for that side setback. And like I said, as soon as it was discovered, the applicant reached out immediately to look for a resolution to the situation. So the ordinance portion of this section is more of a table, and tables don't look pretty on PowerPoint, but it is just a side setback that's listed in the ordinance for RA 5s, and it listed to be 15 feet. So just based on that very strict literal interpretation of the ordinance is that 15-foot, and again, they're asking for a 13-foot, so a 2-foot variance. So as you all know, variances are quasi-judicial, and since they're relief from the ordinance, generally my department doesn't make a recommendation. However, I will make a recommendation in this limited instances. In our department, we do have GNSS receivers. They're like real fancy GPS units. For a cost-saving measure primarily, while our equipment can go to sub-centimeter accuracy, we don't have them boosted to that high of a signal. I would bleed that line item dry in a matter of days. It's cost a higher subscription. So mine is set to approximately like a 1 meter, 3 foot, a 1 foot accuracy. So it could very well be that it's the fault of the planning department who said that setbacks were met, which led to this issue. The applicant also said there was a subcontractor issue, but I would ask that you take this into consideration in your findings, that it very well could have been an issue on equipment because we don't have sub-centimeter accuracy equipment. We're just a very rural county. This is not like we're building skyscrapers next to each other. So I would ask that that be taken into consideration on behalf of the applicant. At this time, are there any questions for the planning department? Nope.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
What kind of batteries does that use?
Double A, I must
Bring
have
some
not
next time.
replaced it. As
Set 'em over
applicants,
here.
would you like to speak on the matter? Okay, so.
So we'll swear you in.
Swear you in.
So you'll come up and come up to the podium. You'll state your name and address, and then he'll swear you in, and that way we'll have it official.
So my name is Walter Crawford Jr., number 1 Granada Court, Greensboro, North Carolina.
For now.
For now, yeah. Yep, so,
Raise your right hand.
yes, sir.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on this matter?
Yes.
You're sworn in, so you're under oath for everything you say.
Yeah, so, just like, Nick explained here, I'm just looking for a small variance based on, you know, what we found out during the foundational survey. Like he mentioned, it is a big hassle to track all the family members to try to resolve that part of the issue with the line. And being that it's inside the actual, the fence line, it's kind of still in that same border. So, yeah, we're just pretty much asking for that small variance so we can continue building and, you know, join this nice county that, you know, generations that it came from. My father was, he was raised here in this county. His father was raised in this county, and so was his father. So, that's 3 generations, and then I got, you know, 3 boys as well. So we plan on moving here and kind of, you know, continue that legacy here in Anson County. I just came familiar with it around about 5 years ago, a little bit, probably about 7 years ago, and just taking a drive through the country town and actually walking on the property, and I just fell in love with it, and I understood how important it was as far as legacy to keep the property in the family, and you know, as the legacy goes. So my intentions on building were based on just continuing that legacy, and it's a shame that we kind of, you know, messed up on that 6 inches, but that's what we're requesting, is to try to get that 13 feet so we can continue building a house and, you know, move down here.
And just to reiterate again, the surrounding property is the same, is your family's property. So
Right.
it was partitioned out of your family's property for this.
Right. So
Okay.
my great-grandfather's property originally, and it's just been passed down from generations, so yes. And we just parceled that plot just to put a house there,
Mhm.
and yeah, so that's what happened.
Any questions from other board members? Okay, we've got 5 questions that we have to answer in the affirmative. So I'm gonna just go through them and give you an opportunity to mention anything if we have a question on this. So the first one is that the alleged hardships or practical difficulties are unique and singular as regards to the property of the person requesting the variance, and are not those suffered in common with other properties similarly located. I would say that's a yes. You know, this is not about everybody else, it's just about this because of the foundation's a little off. That the,
I will say, just so you're aware, the applicant did include very thorough responses on page 18 and 19 of your packet as well.
Okay.
To help address these.
okay, and you were able to answer all of them in the affirmative as the planning director?
Yes, in my interpretation, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess to speed things up, I can go through that, but if anyone has questions or objections, it sounds like all of them have been answered. I'll give y'all a minute to look through that and see if you have any questions. Nick, if a motion is made to approve this, are there any stipulations that you feel need to be in the variance?
No, he is only asking to go from 15 feet to 13-foot side variance. I see no additional conditions
Okay,
needed.
give it another minute or so. Give it a 6:15. You good?
I'd already read.
Okay, just making sure, and then we'll get these packets, they're kind of big, so. Well, if no one has any questions, legally I can, and this as the chair, I'll make a motion to approve this variance request. It answers all of our 5 criteria in the affirmative with what he's doing, and I'm excited to see y'all get the house built. Can I get a second on my motion?
Second?
Got a second? Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
None opposed? Well, you have got an approved variance, and excited to have you here in Anson County. It's wonderful that y'all are building on the family farm and very familiar with that area. And I know you're really going to enjoy living out there. It's a beautiful part of the county.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, and glad we could help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll issue findings of fact and conclusions over the next few business days, but otherwise you're good.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. Excellent. So before we close things up, we don't have any other members of the public. Did you have something you want to say? Okay. Oh, y'all are welcome to. Y'all are free to go.
You're
We're
welcome to
just
stay or go. Don't feel obligated.
handling the last few items. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome to Anson.
Yeah. So we have no members of the public this evening, so we'll move on. Really, it's just matters of discussion. Nick, you said we've got a recess meeting to schedule before our November meeting.
Yes, so Duke has submitted their application for the solar energy facility. It's under review right now. I anticipate to have that review completed and have Duke on the schedule for November the 6th at 6 p.m. I anticipate it being a longer public hearing, just given the nature of the proposal. And there's I think there's approximately 100 abutting landowners. So there could be a potential for a lot of people to have standing to speak on the matter. At the same time, given that I expect it to be a longer meeting, I have another application that was submitted today for consideration, and I didn't want us to have a hearing at 11, 12 o'clock at night. So my thought was, if we could set a schedule for a recess meeting, we'll open up Thursday night on the 6th, hear Duke's, and then can recess to hear the second one so that they don't have to wait till December. Just wanted to hear the board's thoughts and opinions on that matter, or if you would rather have the applicant wait till December the 4th, or we can just keep going through the night.
Is that application a legislative or quasi judicial request?
It is a legislative, it is for a scrapyard, westbound near Peachland.
And so it's just a straight zoning request, basically.
Special use permit, sorry.
Use
Sorry. I misspoke. It is quasi judicial, special use permit.
So this is one that we'll all have to be at. I guess my question to the other board members, being, it's November, we're starting to get into holiday season. Looking at, we've got November 6th is our regularly scheduled one for which in this case is the Duke Solar meeting, right? So does anyone have any conflicts after the 6th so that we can kind of piece together a date that might work?
I will just remind you, November 11th is a holiday as well.
Okay.
And all this is on the, everybody should have a calendar in their agenda somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know where you would have placed it, but everyone should have one. And if not, you can have mine.
Let me ask this. These Thursdays, I know, Walter, with church on Wednesdays, that can be tough. We've got commissioners' meetings that often fall on the Tuesdays. So if we can do a Thursday, it sounds like that's going to be kind of more in line. And I personally, I like having it a particular day of the week so that we just know it's a Thursday and we don't mix it up too much and make it a little harder to remember this. And
we're welcome to try and, squeeze them in afterwards but I got a feeling Duke might go quite a while given their presentation and
there's going to be a lot.
and that's it right.
I'd hate for them to wait around and then we just go to recess.
Right.
That would not be fair to them.
I've already kind of explained the situation to them and said I had a meeting with you all tonight and we would discuss it and kind of make a plan from there.
Would the
Are they in a big hurry? I mean, is it a big deal to push it off to December?
They would really like to, so the applicant, they are not the owners of the property. They wanted to make sure they could secure local approval before they even tried before they finalized acquiring the
Before they closed.
property. And then they've also got to get DOT permits. So when I asked them, they indicated yes, the sooner they could have a decision, the better.
Would the 13th work for everyone? That'd be the week after that one.
Works for me.
I'm available that one.
I'm fine.
Okay. And I'm guessing it'll be a
Reese?
brief to moderately length meeting because it's pretty straightforward, right?
Correct.
Are you available, Walter? Okay. Well then, do we need to make a motion on that or just set it?
No, we'll just set it
Okay.
that's our plan, because what we'll do is we'll recess the November 6th. I'll have them on the agenda, although we know we're not going to be able to hear them, because I
Mhm.
fully expect Duke to go quite a while, and we'll recess and do it that way.
Okay. I think that'll work out well. Any other items we need to discuss this evening before we adjourn? Nick?
No, unless I'm forgetting something.
No, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think so. I just
Okay.
want to make sure. Okay, well, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make
And second? All right, all those in favor say aye. We are adjourned. Thanks for everybody for coming this evening. Marty, if you're out there watching, hope you got everything done at work.
It'll be quasi-judicial.
Just for the public, so you know, when we come to this solar meeting, we are going to try to let as many people speak as we can. Everyone with standing has a legal right to speak. If you have standing, you really need to prove that you have an economic or a health impact from this going in, or it is just hearsay evidence, which cannot be used in our decision-making process. And if it is a real estate oriented, you need to have someone who is licensed as a realtor or an appraiser to have either a notarized testimony for you or to come to the meeting as your expert witness so that you can make sure you have done everything that you can to establish expert testimony. I just want to repeat that. We'll do it for each of these instances, but this is new to our county. Want to make sure the public understands how this process works so that you don't get here and are unprepared and are disappointed because of that. All right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate y'all coming tonight.